All right, today we are jumping headfirst into the fourth book of the Dreamweaver saga, Chaos. And let me tell you, this is a story that's built on a total razor's edge. We're talking about a world where destiny is a choice, love can be a weapon, and yeah, your greatest enemy? It just might be the person staring back at you in the mirror.
So the story just drops us right into the middle of it all with this really chilling promise. This isn't some monster hiding under the bed. No, this is the monster within. It's basically a declaration of civil war for our hero's soul, right from the get-go.
And right at the heart of this whole storm, you've got these two, Zan, the Dreamweaver, and Ayumi, the Princess of Dreams. I mean, their destinies are so tangled up, and their love story, well, it's super complicated. Honestly, it's what makes the whole saga tick.
Okay, Section 1, Prophecy of Dreams. So, to really get what these two are going through, we first need to get a handle on the world they live in. And this isn't just any world, it's one that's been shaped by a prophecy that's, get this, 2,000 years old.
And this prophecy, it basically sets up the entire story. The key thing to understand here is that this isn't about some fate you can't escape. Not at all. It's all about one single massive choice. It's like a crossroads between saving yourself or being completely damned. And the thing that tips the scales? True love. So let's get into the lore a bit. Zan, our hero, is literally born from both light and darkness. His parents are the Princess of Dreams and the Nightmare King. Pretty intense, right? This makes him what they call an incarnation of disaster. And when he was sent to the human world, it kind of broke the seal between realms, unleashing these 7 souls of evil. Now, there are a few of them, but the one you really need to keep your eye on is Chaos. Why? Because this guy has power over time itself.
Section 2, A Demon's Inner War. So all of this lore, it brings us right back to Zan. Because the thing is, he isn't just fighting monsters out in the world. Nope. The real battle, the biggest war, is happening right inside his own head. It's this constant tug of war for his soul.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. This is the core of his character. On one hand, you've got Zan. He's this goofy, kind of clueless kid who was raised by a really kind human named Wanye. Then, on the other side, you have Zanfar. This is his demonic nature, the Dark Prince, Prince Zanfar Nightbane, who's totally convinced that hate and darkness are his birthright.
Zan's human side, it has this way of popping up through what the book calls his twisted sense of humor. There's this one scene, it's perfect. He needs to get a wheelchair for his friend. And what does he do? He conjures up this spiky, medieval torture device-looking thing first, just cracking up while his friend Victoria is screaming at him. It's that kind of dark, goofy humor that actually keeps him grounded in his humanity.
Section 3, Love on a Thin Line. Okay, so this whole internal battle, it doesn't just stay inside his head. It completely spills over into the most important relationship in the story. The thing with Zan and Ayumi, it is not your typical love story. It's more like a battlefield, where their biggest weaknesses get turned into weapons.
And our main villain, Chaos, he gets this. He understands it completely, and he uses it against them. He just relentlessly torments Ayumi with this awful secret she's been carrying, that she was responsible for the death of Wanyu, who was Zan's guardian, the man who raised him. And that guilt, that becomes the crowbar Chaos uses to pry everything apart.
But here's the thing about Ayumi. Even with all that guilt, even with Chaos messing with her head, her defining feature is her absolute, unshakable belief in Zan. She manages to see past the demon, past Zanfar, and just holds on to the boy she fell in love with. She even promises to wait for him, literally forever if she has to.
And when Zan finds out, oh man, it just pushes him to the breaking point. Finding out about Ioni's betrayal is like pouring gasoline on the fire that is Zanfar, his dark side. It creates this incredibly painful conflict inside him, where the love he feels for her gets all twisted up with this intense, burning hatred.
Section 4, Chaos and Warped Timelines. So all this manipulation, it really gets us to the core of who our villain, Chaos, really is. And what's so cool about him is that he's not just some big monster you can punch. He's more of a metaphysical threat, a philosopher villain who's literally waging war on reality itself.
Yeah, Chaos's whole philosophy is built around this one idea. He explains that destiny isn't some straight road you walk down. It's more like a giant, woven tapestry, like a kente cloth. And if you just pull on one single thread, you can make the whole thing fall apart. And that's exactly how Chaos works. His whole argument is that one tiny action, or even not acting when you should have, can start this massive ripple effect. It can completely warp the lives of tons of people and cause a whole timeline to just degenerate. He doesn't need to blow up a planet. He just has to change one little thing from the past.
But see, Chaos doesn't just use this power to change events. He uses it to absolutely shatter people's minds. He makes Zahn question everything. Was his whole life a lie? Are his memories even real? His relationships? It puts Zahn in this terrifying position where he's not just fighting for his future, he's fighting to prove his past even existed.
Okay, Section 5. The ultimate choice. So you've got this inner war, this super complicated relationship, and a reality that might not even be real. And where does it all lead? Right back to that 2,000-year-old prophecy. It all boils down to one single choice.
And these are the two paths that are always in front of Zahn. Every single challenge, every shocking revelation, it's all there to push him one way or the other. Is he going to embrace his human side with all the love and forgiveness that comes with it? Or is he finally going to give in and let Zonfar take over, fueled by all that hate and betrayal?
And this is probably Chaos's most twisted, most brilliant argument. He says that love isn't the opposite of hate. No, it's the source of it. Think about that. He argues the only reason Zahn can hate so fiercely is because he can love so deeply, especially when it comes to Ayumi. In Chaos's eyes, that love isn't a strength, it's Zahn's greatest weakness. And that, right there, is why their bond is everything. The end of this story isn't going to be about a hero punching a villain into oblivion. It's about whether their connection, which is, totally broken by guilt and betrayal, can somehow be strong enough to pull Zahn back to the light. It's about proving Chaos wrong, proving that love isn't a weakness, it's the most powerful thing there is. So, in the end, Dreamweaver really leaves you thinking about this huge question. In a world where your reality can be totally rewritten, where your feelings can be used against you, what actually makes you? Is it some grand pre-written destiny? Or is it the small, quiet, and honestly really painful choices you have to make every single day about who you're going to be?